Hello, everybody, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 2 of the Trivia 10. We have our guest today, Kevin, a.k.a. KMeeks, a.k.a. KMeeks Film on both TikTok and Twitter. Of course, a co-host of the Looks Like a Movie pod. So if you want to see more about him, obviously all his social media stuff is going to be in the description down below, as well as his podcast. This is Episode 2, 10 questions, the Trivia 10. Film trivia questions catered to you. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Question 1.
Let's do it.
2023's Anyone But You is a Shakespearean rom-com starring Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. Which Shakespeare play is it loosely based on? Me and you both rated this 4 stars.
This is so crazy because I had a conversation about this with my friend. I didn't know it was a Shakespeare play going into the movie. And then I had a conversation the other day with my friends after watching it where they mentioned to me the Shakespeare play that it's based on. And now I feel like a dick. Is it Much Ado About Nothing, right? I think.
Starting out with 5 points. Okay. We're unsure about that one, but you got the 5. Much Ado About Nothing is what it is loosely based off of. New rom-com from this year, Recently in Your Brain. We both were fond of it. Rom-coms are officially back. But Going on to question 2, so you're 1 for 1. In Paul King's Paddington, the beloved titular character loves nothing more than eating this delicacy.
Oh, it's honey.
Actually, it's marmalade.
Oh, so marmalade.
Yeah. Unfortunately, incorrect. Of course, the bears and honey are often linked, but of course, Aunt Lucy's marmalade is what he is most fond of. Can't get enough of those marmalade sandwiches. We're moving on to question 3, but you're 50%, so you got a good hit rate. This dramatic comedy broke ground as being the first major Hollywood studio teen film to feature a gay protagonist. So the first major Hollywood studio teen film to feature a gay protagonist. What is the name of this film?
I'm not confident that this is the answer, but because these are based on movies that I like, I'm going to guess that it's Love, Simon.
Love, Simon is correct. The key links of that question being Hollywood studio teen film. So we hadn't seen a major Hollywood studio and a teen coming of age film take a chance on a gay protagonist until Love, Simon, of course, ended up doing so. 10 points your way. You're already at 15. You're doing well.
I'm proud of myself.
Question 4 for 10 points. In The Fault in Our Stars, Hazel Grace and Augustus travel to Amsterdam to fulfill her dream of meeting author Peter Van Houten, played by this actor.
I can never get this one wrong. This is Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe is correct. Willem Dafoe, of course, in The Fault in Our Stars. He just has so many lovely cameos in so many films, and this is another one. I mean, I wouldn't say lovely for his cameo in this. He's kind of insufferable for most of it. But Willem Dafoe, of course, playing Peter Van Houten in the John Green adaptation. You're doing good. You're doing great.
I'm feeling a lot. I know these questions are going to get harder, but I mean, I told you already. I talked about you. I talked about this with you for like a week leading up to this, that I was going to embarrass myself. This is much better than I thought this would have been going so far.
Yep. I mean, you're doing fantastic. And now we're on to the halfway point. Question 5. In Whiplash, what is the name of the piece that Miles Teller's character Andrew plays to first win the core position in the ensemble and then again in the final climactic scene of the film? What is the name of
this
the
is
piece?
the one. This is the first one where I'm just like, this is a head scratcher. The name of the piece that he plays. Oh, I know the drummer that he really likes is it Buddy Rich or something? I think I'm just making up a name. I don't even know if that's true. I don't know anything about drummers, but I definitely don't know this one. This is gonna have to just be I'm gonna have to take the L on this one.
Do not know. The correct answer is Caravan. The kind of 2 pieces are at the moment.
As soon as I hear it, it's just like so obvious.
Caravan being the song they play in 2 of the more climactic scenes of the film. But now we're in the back half. You're doing great so far. You're at 25 points through the first half, which mostly smaller point questions. But we got another 10-pointer. Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg started writing the script for this comedy when they were just 13 years old.
This has to be Superbad, I think.
It does have to be Superbad. Superbad is the correct answer. The first film they ever wrote together, kind of just they wanted to prove they were able to write a movie, and Superbad is what they came up with. So if that's your best attempt at trying to write a movie for the first time, you're a teenager, I think your future's looking pretty bright in Hollywood, as both of theirs ended up being. Now we're on to the 15-pointers, which should be a little more difficult. But again, like when you're writing trivia questions, you just never really know if it's obvious or impossible. Question number 7. In American Psycho, actor Jared Leto plays this character who has a badass off-white business card.
Okay. This is one of those ones where if I get it wrong, it's going to be embarrassing, but it's also one of those ones where like it should be so obvious and it doesn't come to mind right away. It is Paul Allen's business card, I believe.
Paul Allen is correct. Also,
Okay.
for NFL fans, that is the famous broadcaster's name of the Minnesota Vikings broadcaster, Paul Allen. But 15 points, you're at 50 right now. You're looking real good to overtake Cam. We got 3 questions left, a 15-pointer, a 20-pointer, and a 50-pointer. But question number 8 for 15 points. In Bong Joon-ho's 2013 post-apocalyptic thriller Snowpiercer, what are the protein bars made out of that the back of the train is forced to eat?
Oh gosh. Oh, this should be so obvious to me because I absolutely love this movie. This is like a real 5-star film for me. And anybody who knows me knows that Bong Joon-ho is like my favorite director. So this would be embarrassing if I get it wrong. My immediate instinct was the wrong answer. I think it's a type of bug that they have in that machine, and then they crush it up and turn them into bar. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna guess. I don't know if I need to get the specific insect, but I'm gonna guess that they're cockroaches. Maybe that's probably wrong though, but that'll be
nope. Cockroaches will count. So I think crickets is technically. So I was looking up trying to find the right answer. Everyone refers to them as cockroaches, but I think the film is actually technically crickets. So I'm going to give them both because they're referred to as both each way. But cockroaches, crickets, those are what are chopped up to ultimately be in the protein bars at the back of the train. The quote unquote lesser citizens were fed these. We got 2 questions left, and you're looking great at 65 points right now. On to question 9. So for this question, there's 20 points total. There's 2 different answers you can get. So 10 points for each answer. Fun question here. In Uncut Gems, Howard Ratner risks it all on a 3-leg parlay to win $1.2 million. One of the legs is for Kevin Garnett to have at least 26 combined points and rebounds. Name the other 2 legs of Howard Ratner's bet.
This is such an awesome question. I'm going to be so mad that I get it wrong, but this is such a me question to make it about both basketball and Uncut Gems. Oh man. It's also funny enough. I was buying Criterions today, and I was this close to buying the Uncut Gems one, but I ended up picking some others. So, if I got to watch this sometime recently, then that would have made a diffence. 3-leg parlay.
2 other legs of the parlay. And,
okay. The first one is the Kevin Garnett one, which makes sense. I'm going to guess that one of them is Celtics money line, because that makes sense that he would be betting on both the Celtics and Kevin Garnett. So am I allowed to know if one of them's right ahead of time, or do I have to put both answers in?
I don't really know the right rules, but that is correct. Celtics money line is one.
Okay.
So you got 10 points.
Okay. So Celtics money line, Kevin Garnett to have 26 combined points and rebounds. I feel like the second one is a trickier one, and it might be about the other team. I don't remember what the other team that they're playing is. Oh man, this is tough. Okay. Celtics money line is obvious. So who would they have been playing? I feel like it's because the movie takes place in 2011, I want to say, something like that. I'm just gonna guess that they were playing the Kobe Lakers, and I'll just say Kobe's over on points, but that's gonna be wrong.
Well, you did get 10 points for the Celtics money line. The other was Celtics to win the opening tip-off of the game.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I forget that that's even something you could bet on.
3-leg parlay was Kevin Garnett over 26 points and rebounds, Celtics winning the opening tip, and Celtics win the game. So going into question 10, which is a 50-pointer, you are at 75 points. So how question 10 works is you guess the film based on the cast. So right now, you have the cast right here. You have Sarah Paulson. So what you're going to get is one guess per slide. So there's 5 total slides. One cast member will be added each time. You don't get any negative points for guessing the wrong Sarah Paulson movie, but you can guess Sarah Paulson movie is right. 50 points. If it's wrong, we move on to the next slide. Then it's 40 points, then 30, 20,
all 5.
and 10.
Okay.
So if you get at the very final one where all 5 cast members are revealed, or 5 of the total cast members, you get 10 points and you tie Cam for first. If you get anything more than that, you're in the first place. If you don't get anything, you're in second place. So a lot riding on this. Sarah Paulson, guess the film based on the cast.
Okay. I am going to be honest. Off the top of my head, I can think of very few films that I've seen Sarah Paulson in. I imagine this is not going to be a super obvious one. I know she's the mom in that movie Run, I want to say, but there's only 3 people in that cast, so I doubt that's the one. And I know that she's in Carol because I watched that very recently, but I that's the answer that seems too obvious to me. However,
to be honest, all I ever think of with Sarah Paulson is American Horror Story. That's just like
one
thing that'll always pop in my
mind. I could think of like her. That's what I was gonna say. Her TV stuff. She also has that Ratched show where she played the nurse. So,
but just films. You have to clarify.
In films, it's tough. I mean, I'm gonna say Carol because that's the only movie I could really think of that she's in an ensemble cast with. Even though I know that's probably not going to be it.
Well, Carol is the right answer.
Oh shit!
50-pointer, an incredible showing by KMeeks. 50-pointer for Carol. So you would have been
as soon as Kyle Chandler popped up, I would have known it anyway. But that's awesome.
I feel like it's a great pull for you being up on your Carol knowledge, because I feel like if for someone like me who hadn't seen Carol in like 2 years, I probably wouldn't have even remembered Sarah Paulson or Kyle Chandler in the movie. It probably would have been until Rooney Mara, Kate Blanchett, when Carol by Todd Haynes would really pop into my mind. Incredible showing, 125 points. The only questions you got wrong were question 2, question 5, and then half of question 9. If I got that question 2 right, if I took an extra 5 seconds to think about it, I think I'd be in the running for winning this. But I have a feeling some people are gonna do just as good as me and maybe get those obvious ones. We'll see. I mean, again, Cam got 50 points right off the bat by guessing Deadpool 2 from Brad Pitt. So like an incredible pull. That gave him 50 points. We otherwise had 35 points, whereas you heading into that question were way ahead. So huge to get the 50 pull. I'm going to start double thinking this final question, because I've got 2 people that have got the 50 pull off the bat.
Right. I gotta say, I did rewatch Carol very, very recently. So otherwise, I wouldn't have even, if I hadn't just watched Carol like, so recently, it probably could have gone differently. But also, I do really like Sarah Paulson's character in that movie, so I might have just come to that conclusion regardless. But
update this leaderboard now. Cam is in second.
I'm gonna take this victory while I have it. I'm gonna do a little movie trivia parade before somebody overtakes me on the board.
We're doing 12 episodes here. 12 different people from the film sphere are going to be going through this. And the top 4, I'm going to have some sort of playoff, some sort of wrinkle, some new element to this game. I am a betting man, so I was going to say I'm not a betting man. I am a betting man. I would bet heavily you're going to be in the playoff. I don't know how 4 people are going to be able to top you. I'm sure someone might be able to pull a score higher than this, but you're going to be in the top 4 for sure, I'd imagine. But
I'd love to see that. I'd love to be back. So
yeah, incredible job. Again, KMeeks Film on TikTok and Twitter in the descriptions down below. Podcast looks like a movie pod. Anything else you want to pimp before we sign off?
That's pretty much it. Just the TikTok and Twitter stuff. Anywhere I talk about movies, really, and the podcast, of course. If people want to go listen to the podcast, we've had a number of you guys from your podcast on there, and we'd love to have all of you guys on and all of you guys come back. So definitely worth listening to if you want to hear me talk about any of these movies or any movies in general. But yeah, that's it.
Awesome job. I know you're about to go see American Fiction, so I hope you enjoy that. But for now, enjoy the throne in first place, and I'd be shocked if you get dethroned anytime soon. But that's episode 2 of the Trivia 10 season 1. We'll see you next episode for episode 3 to see if someone's going to be able to top this mammoth score. See you later.